Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. Back in our persistent campaign of Helloran Rising, episode 43 tonight. And to give us an idea of what happened last week, which was quite intense, we hand over to our beautiful wandering gusts tabaxi, the lovely Miette. Take it away.
My joy at once again reuniting with Minihil, with faithful Darcy still by her side, diminishes as time goes on. The others are not aware, apart perhaps from Felidor. This is likely the first time they've seen so many of the wandering gusts in one place. But we're so much fewer than we should be. The caravan seems almost empty for the people that are here, and there has been no sign of my brother. I wish we could take my new caravan and turn immediately away from the others. We are only bringing trouble down among them. Another demon appeared to hunt us, larger than the first, and Melissa says it was shaped in the same manner, so it appeared against its usual nature. And though we might guess, we still don't know who sent them against us. More troubling still was the presence of sorrow and torment, our erstwhile hunters. The demons are likely hunting Florian by the cursed sigil on his chest, or Melissa through the taint of fear in his magic. But the undead tieflings... It has been barely a week since we returned from Fiona's realm, and I received information that we were considered dead, our contracts cancelled. Even if the information that we're still alive was sold, the question remains of how they knew exactly where to find us. We have had no contact since return with anyone other than these caravans. I do not like to consider the implications of that line of thought. But perhaps, since the wards of these woods are preventing Yorick, Trallador, and even Snow from contacting their gods, perhaps they will also keep us safe just a little longer. No, I shall think instead of Madame Carfanon, who came and fetched us all from my caravan, where we finally reached the heart of the woods. She led us to a caravan that has not moved in many, many years, one which had a heart built into it, and invited us inside. An ancient tabaxi resided within, scarcely discernible from the rags she wore, but she knew Minihil and I by name, though I wish she did not. She spoke of Shallow, the tabaxi who led the way for us wanderers that came after her, and how now I am to follow in her path. I am to be the saviour of not just my people, but the entire ungrateful world. I know not a single tabaxi upon hearing this would not laugh themselves into fits, collapsing on the ground to clutch their sides. And then when the realization dawned that I was quite serious, they would sober and curse and reach for the strongest spirits they could find. However, things are not all grim. The Ancient One confirmed that if Florian is captured by Fiona, she will possess the power to end the world. However, should we be successful in curbing his self-sacrificing instincts, and instead manage somehow to rescue his sister from the clutches of a demon lord, then we instead would have the power to rewrite the world as we wished. I will hold that thought close to cheer me, and tonight I will go and find the tallest bonfire, drink the strongest spirits, and find someone who can help me forget about all this until tomorrow. Destiny, as with the hangover, is tomorrow's problem.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So, we pick it up as the words of the ancient ringing in Miette's ears as Madame Carfanon steps forward once more. So, we should leave you so you can get your rest. And the ancient turns her bright blue eye towards Madame Carfanon and says, "Very well, but if I might have a moment with young Miette before you all leave for the celebrations. Miette, if you would, stay a moment. And I'm going to mute everybody else."
People are going to get tired of this.
Okay. So bear with me 1 second while I do that. Nearly. Oh, don't
What
need...
you really need, Jay, to make it work is for the door to open ominously behind you, and for there only be darkness there.
He can't hear you.
I'll have to say to him later.
It's only us. So, As everybody else troops out of this caravan that seems to have been here for years, the ancient beckons you ever closer, and you can see she is weakening. I have one more tale to tell. The story I told earlier of us wresting control of the land from the devil Fiona is true. But there is one other that was involved I did not mention. I think you have met him already. You know who I mean, do you not?
I'm quite afraid I do.
He is very, very powerful. Be very careful what you ask of him. For although he will keep his word, what you ask for may not be what you actually want. Let me tell you the story of how I came to live here. As a price for Belo's assistance in claiming our world, he asked that somebody volunteer to stay in the Midwoods, or the Mild Wood as it was known then. This volunteer would be safe from all harm as long as they stayed in the woods, and as long as they stayed, all visitors that came with this volunteer's permission to the woods would also be granted safety. I am the volunteer. I don't know how long ago that was, but as you can see, I am unharmed. Now, at this point she looks up, sort of puts her paw out to you, says, "You have been very clever, young Miette. I see the pendant around your neck. That is good." She scrabbles and brings out a leather bag and opens it and picks out a ring that is black with red and gold motes in it that seem to be moving very slowly across the surface. And on the top oval flat of the ring, you can see as she holds it up to you, a very similar, not quite the same, very similar rune. She gives it to you and says, "This is made of a metal that came from a very faraway place. Shallow herself gave it to me many years ago. When you are most in need of it, slip it onto the finger of your endangered friend. It will hide him for a short while with the same almost magic as the woods. But this only has one charge left. After it is worn the first time, the next time, it will cease to be useful at all. So,
Thank you for this gift.
you are the one that can use it. So, now, young Miette, I am tired, and you are in need of a drink. So, drink, make merry in my woods, and rest. You will be safe, for soon You must journey far through the plains to attempt your daring rescue, to be able to control what happens next in your story. My story is already here. It is already written. So, go with my blessing, young one, and please succeed.
I don't know your name that I can raise my first drink to you tonight. Mwahaha.
I have been called many things. My name is Elanthe. You thought I didn't write that down, didn't you?
I did.
That's Elllanthe. So, go, raise a glass.
Thank you. Rest well.
I shall. And with that, she sort of folds herself almost back into her basket or box that's right next to the fire. And we'll bring the rest of them in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will bring the rest of the guys back in so that they can be stood outside the caravan waiting for Miette to come out. So that should be everybody back. So as you stand waiting outside the caravan for a few minutes, 10 minutes perhaps, with Madame Carfanon looking more and more fretful as Miette fails to appear. Eventually the door opens once more and Miette appears at the top of the stairs and makes her way down to you, closing the door behind her. Madame Carfanon says, "So we will take you back to your caravan so that you can enjoy your evening. Raise a few glasses. I expect that you wish to let off some steam after the tales you have heard.
Very much so.
Mr. Snow, would you be so kind as to escort me once more?"
It would be my pleasure.
I thank you, young fellow. Your strong limbs are most welcome at this point. It's been a long evening.
Indeed.
She takes your arm again and leads you back through the winding paths, past caravans, and into the clearing where her caravan is. And she says, "So, I believe you know your way from here. I will retire for the evening, but you young people have a wonderful evening. Drink many drinks, dance many dances, and when the darkness falls, do the other things that excite you. Okay?" Go. Enjoy. So, the evening is about to start. It's kind of dusk-like. So, the evening is yours. What would you like to do?
I think we need to have a few drinks.
I think so. Good idea.
I madly agree.
Sounds like a plan. Someone can maybe tell me what the hell is going on.
What, something's going on?
Well, that was a very tall tale, wasn't it?
What was?
Well, she said, about the past and the gods and coming back.
I wasn't really listening.
Trelador, after everything we've seen so far and everything we've done, you still don't believe there's a bigger picture.
I just don't know why we have to get involved.
We have already been involved from the start. Do you not remember the temples? Do you not remember our entanglement with Fierna? We very, 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 very made her quite angry.
I mean,
Whether we
you
like it or not,
yourself are getting involved with the guard as well.
this
And
is
training
also
with Yarick.
very true.
Okay.
Well, if it's anything to do with it, I think it's because we're professional monster hunters. So we're the best people for this no matter what.
Must be.
Not that I know what it is, but whatever it is, we're the best for it.
Obviously.
Snow just looks at us and goes,
While this discussion is happening, I'm going to slip the ring onto my necklace so I don't lose it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go into the caravan and collect cups for everyone and hand them out because they will need them for going around drinking and stuff.
Okay. So Miette slips something inside her shirt onto her necklace. Are you hiding it at all, or just doing it?
Just doing it absentmindedly.
Okay. So anybody with a high passive perception, I'll say like 16 or more, would see that. And then
See what?
Exactly. She then comes out of the caravan giving you all drinking receptacles.
Ooh.
Thank you, Madame.
I've got my magic mug, but it's not working again. Must be all these wards you tabaxis have.
As long as you keep that cup with you and people know that you're of my caravan, we will not want for drinks this evening.
Oh, right. I'll put my tankard away then.
Hey, Miette, did you get the booze? Is that what you just put in your...
I admit my clothing is sometimes quite fancy, but it's not quite fancy enough to produce its own alcohol.
Oh, that's
I'm
a
afraid
great...
we will need to go to other caravans for that.
Have you still got any of that mead left, Yorick?
I think we might have a bit, yeah.
Maybe we can take it with us and share it with some of the other caravans to show them what real booze is like.
Knock their socks off.
Okay. So the plan is to go to the next door caravan and start partying? Is that the plan?
Pretty much.
I
Go
have-
to Mill Hill and, go, as I'm your dear beloved sister, shake up.
Yep. Okay.
I have something different I'd like to do before I do that.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'd like to just stay behind in the caravan. First of all, to see if I can. I know the past couple of days I've actually been able to completely calm myself and meditate how I used to. I'd like to see if I could either feel Dakota where we are, knowing that Yorick and Trellador couldn't contact their god inside these woods. And if I can or can't, would then hinder on my next decision.
Okay. So you sit, you clear your mind, and you think of your sister. And you don't get any sense of being able to contact her at all.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'd take my cup and follow the others.
Okay. So you get
I'd
to...
probably be
Sorry.
waiting behind for Florian and
Okay.
walking with him.
I mean, it's not far. I mean, Min Hill you're in the same clearing, so it's just literally a wander over to their caravan, to their fire. And Min Hill, when
The Staggers will be there tonight.
yeah, indeed. Min Hill sort of waves, and Darcy brings out a keg, sits it on a stand. It's got a spigot in it, and she waves everyone to fill your cups. And she also brings out a jug. You've seen those sort of moonshine jugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brings out one of those as well, that's made of glass,
like an amphora.
A demijohn.
kind of, yeah, demijohn type of style thing, but it's made of sort of a reddish hued glass. And she sets out some smaller, like shot glasses, but they're cups, on a small stool beside it. Says, okay, so tonight we drink. We drink to many things. We drink to Madame Minihill for her beautiful caravan and her bountiful generosity. We drink to Madame Miette and her caravan of saviors, heroes, all around good people. Would that be an accurate description? I think so.
We will start there and we can build on it later.
Of course, I urge you all to think up some more honorifics that we can all use for each other. And Minihill just sort of shoves her out of the way and says, now, enough talking. Let us be drinking. We don't want to talk all night, do we? Talking is for later, when the drinks have gone down and the fires are starting to die down. That is when
You
the
haven't
ghost
spent a lot of
stories-
time with this group. They can talk and talk.
Huh.
Talk.
Well, let us get them drunk and see what happens, huh?
Yeah.
And she starts pouring out shots of this liquid. Now, this is, again, a variation on the aniseed liquid that you've had before. So it's quite strong. And she gives you each a shot. Do you all take one and drink it?
Oh, yeah.
Florian?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So as you all knock back this thing, it's plainly quite a lot stronger than the stuff Jacques was giving you. And it burns on the way down. And Miette, you recognise this from a couple of years ago when you had a similar taste. And but you've not had this particular taste for quite a while. You've had variations on it, but this is the old family recipe that your mum used to make. And it seems that Minihill has the knack. So, as you all take a drink, and Minihill invites you to fill your cups at the beer keg as well, and drink as much or as little as you wish. Get silly, get relaxed. This is a place of safety that we have been told by the elders no harm can come here. So, let us party. And she throws some a cup of the aniseed alcohol onto the fire, and it blows up with a sort of purple tinged flame.
Oh.
She sits back. So, tell us some stories. Or do something interesting.
Well, we could do a Dwarven dance for you.
Absolutely.
But I need another one of those drinks first. Got to have the
know-
right amount of alcohol in you.
It's right there. Please help yourself.
Oh, right. And I'll pour myself and Yorick another drink. Gulp it now. Come on then, Yorick. We need a good beat going.
Oh, it's been ages. All right.
Okay, so the pair of you are going to attempt to dance, are you?
Yeah, do a good Dwarven dance, like a Cossack dance sort of thing.
Yep, gotcha. So let's have some performance checks, please.
Oh, right. Okay.
Snow would recognise some of this, so he's going to start. You know the
Yeah.
the clap and then the
Okay. Give me a performance check as well. So, dwarf,
7.
7.
Natural 20 for 18. For 18.
No.
and 19 from me.
Awesome. So, Snow, you start a rhythm up for them, knowing that this is what they're going to do. And Yorick leaps into and immediately picks up the rhythm, and just perfect timing, movement, steps. The whole thing is absolutely beautiful. Ruined only by Gus's attempt at the same thing.
I just need another drink.
Yeah,
He's not drunk enough.
obviously Gus has not drunk anywhere near enough, so you just like, you get the rhythm for like a minute or so, and then you fall off the rhythm, and it's like, what? And Minihill and Darcy are like, Absolutely. It was the first time you've seen either of them speechless. So, while the dwarves are dancing, does anybody else want to do anything?
I've messaged you.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There we go. Absolutely. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to wait a while?
I'll wait until
Yeah.
people
Okay.
are a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, anybody else want to do anything? Or are we just sitting, drinking, enjoying the dwarfish dance and not quite fall into the fire?
Yeah.
I think people notice it's probably the most Florian would have drunk around them, but I'm not getting drunk tonight.
Okay.
It's just knowing that there's no connection to basically the outside ether. He's let himself relax a little bit more than he normally
Okay.
would.
Well, the ale that's in the keg is not very strong. It's nice tasting, but it's not particularly strong.
Yeah, I
It
would
sort of
definitely
balances out against the aniseed.
Hmm. Okay.
So,
At some point, bit tipsy, I'll go up to Yorick, who's probably a bit more drunk than me. You know how you said your abilities and your craftsmanship is better when you've had a drink? Have you tried contacting him?
He's probably busy. We're having a drink, mate. Relax.
Yeah, okay. Just saying,
I mean,
if you're okay with your god just leaving you, don't let me.
I've absolutely spoken to him when I've been rat-arsed before, and he loves it. It's fine. So if you wanted to get drunk and try and have a chat, that's fine. I'm just chilling out tonight, all right?
If I would overhear that conversation,
I mean, they're not being quiet.
yeah, I'd be like, I don't think it's just your guard. I know you couldn't contact him earlier on, but I can't even feel Dakota, and that bond is normally pretty strong with me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like my bond between me and my god, but, it's cute. Whatever.
I'd put it this way, Cholador, just relax for tonight. I think we're in the safest place we've been in a few months.
I'm very relaxed. I'm having a great time.
From what's been said to Snow about Peladas, some of the old sort of river songs would probably take on new meaning for him.
Okay, yeah.
And he would begin to very quietly start to sing one and then slowly get louder.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
Fucking hell. He's enthusiastic about that. Natural 20 for 22.
Nice. Yeah. So as the dancing sort of tapers off for a bit, conversations are being had. Nobody notices at first, but then after a minute, so 30 seconds, a minute, you hear this loud, well, not loud, but sort of singing coming from round the fire, and you notice Snow, with his eyes closed, is singing a song that has a cadence to it that reminds you of the time you were floating downriver on the Rune Fane, with that gentle motion of never stopping but being unstoppable. And the song, the lyrics, whilst not all of them are intelligible, they seem to speak of the rushing of the water, the joy of finding a fresh bank to moor at, the joy of finding new and interesting places to trade with peoples you've not met before, and the joy of meeting strangers and trading and becoming friends. And you notice that Snow is now standing and almost rocking on his feet with his eyes closed, singing this beautiful song.
Bet you can't dance to that.
I'll take that bet. And I'll start dancing.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Well, I've flipped a 13.
13. Yeah, again, I mean, it's not really a dwarven kind of dancing song. This one, it's more of a sway and a. If you were, it would be more of a ballroom type of dance, if you know what I mean. So you kind of sway with the rhythm of it and sort of spin around a couple of times, narrowly missing the fire. But yeah, you got the spirit. It's all good. Who has? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I've just seen what's happened. No, it's fine. So as you're all relaxing and enjoying, and after Snow's song finishes, you see Darcy brings out a violin and starts to play. As she's playing along, it evolves into a fast-paced travelling song again, with lots of sort of jumps and whoops and almost like a square dance type of thing. And Gus, taken with the spirit of the moment, I'm assuming you're going to sort of break into that as well.
Oh, absolutely.
You absolutely don't need to do a roll, but by this time you are merrily, happily on your way, and are convinced you can dance anyway. So whatever roll you make would make no difference.
Yeah.
So, does anybody else want to do anything, have any conversations while we're doing this?
While Darcy is playing, towards the end of her song, at least I'm not being rude, I will get up and make my way to the next caravan to start making good on that plan for the evening.
Sure. Yep. Okay. So the next caravan along will be...
Not deliberately trying to lose the party, but at the same time trying to get some space.
Absolutely. Those of you... Let's have a look. Yeah, so the next one would be Madame Florinel's caravan. Basically, the people you came in with are in this clearing. So, yeah, you wander off. Are you doing it stealthily, or are you just sort of wandering? So, yeah.
Just wandering.
Those of you that are paying any attention, so not Gus, possibly not Snow, Trelador, maybe, Florian.
I'll probably notice, but I'm not really.
Possibly Yorick, depending on what you're up to. If you're egging Gus on, then possibly not.
No, I'd have probably roped Gus into it when he's free. But just go over, find a group of people to talk to and start telling exaggerated stories of monsters we've killed.
Absolutely. Where are you going? You staying at this caravan? You go to another caravan?
Oh, we'll go and find anyone that will listen.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Showing off our tattoos, of course. The bone claw tattoos.
Absolutely, yes.
We need to get some more.
We'll be asking if there are any tattoo artists in camp.
Okay, well, you wander off in a different direction from Miette, and find another caravan who welcome you in and give you a drink to welcome you. Again, they give you a shot. After throwing one in the fire, they give you a shot each, and it's a different flavour. It's more sort of appley, this one. And there's, again, a keg of beer sitting on a stand for you to fill your cup up as many times as you wish. And they listen rapt to
I'm in heaven.
your stories of monster hunting. So, I hate to keep doing performance checks, so give me a story. Tell us a story, Yorick and Gus.
Cool. We tell them about the bone claw and how we fought this massive monster that was terrorizing a city and stealing bodies and we tracked it down and the others were there, but they didn't really do much. We did most of it. And then, of course, there's this epic fight and everyone was almost dead apart from us, and we saved the day. And then we went down into its lair and found loads of treasure.
Awesome. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
You can.
And we show off tattoos as well.
Yes. That's why you get the advantage.
All right. That's persuasion. 18.
18. Yeah, they absolutely think that you're the best. They've not heard this story before, so they're absolutely into it. It's a brand new story for them. And you can see a couple of them are like, yes, this is amazing. And when you get the tattoos out, they're like, wow, that's so cool. How did you do the marking on your skin? Is that like a birth thing or
No, it's called a tattoo.
tattoo?
They stick you with needles and ink and stuff to make it stick on your skin.
Wow, you mean somebody drew this?
Yeah, yeah. And it's like they prod you loads of times with
Man!
a needle.
Does it hurt?
It does to normal people. We're so brave and didn't even feel it.
I see. You suddenly realise that you're talking to Tabaxi. They have no visible skin.
That's
It's
true.
all fur. So they're absolutely perplexed as to how this has happened. It's like, what? They're really not. Yeah, your chances of finding a tattoo artist in camp are nil.
Fair enough.
But yeah, you continue sort of weaving your way in and out of caravans, and they all welcome you with open arms. And again, you get a shot at each time you enter a caravan, which they throw one in the fire to celebrate you coming into their caravan. They usher you to the beer keg, and you can get well and truly, absolutely hammered if you so desire.
Oh yes. It's
Yorick,
been a while.
Is
since
this
we've done
is this your intention as well? Absolutely. Okay, so the dwarves are off, telling tales and drinking and just generally dwarfing.
To us, this is kind of like, although not our society, it's like going back to Daghold.
that.
Yeah.
So we'd spend months out in the with the clan, and then we'd get back to Daghold, and there would just be people wanting to hear the stories.
Yeah. And we go around from house to house and celebrate and
Yep. Well, you actually, as you're doing this, you notice there are Tabaxi also going from caravan to caravan, telling stories, singing, playing musical instruments. There's a group of 3 at one caravan you get to, just as they're finishing up some sort of play that they've been working on. All the rest of the Tabaxi are absolutely wrapped on. And then they see you enter, and again give you a drink and sit you down, and you get stories and you tell them stories, and you're having a wonderful evening. So we will now switch across to Celeste. You find one of the empty clearings where there are no caravans, no people. The fire pit is dark. You look up, you can see the stars of this world that you've grown to become familiar with, at least. What would you like to do?
Nothing in particular, just spend a bit of time by myself and just memorize constellations and patterns and
Okay.
just spend some time just watching.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
$22.
22. Okay. So, as you lay back looking up at the starry sky, and it's clear night, so you can see in this patch surrounded by trees, you can see the stars like very clearly. And you see constellations, and you lay there for a few hours, and they just sort of slowly rotate as they do. And you see shooting star going across. And then another one. Then another. It's like some sort of meteor shower. It's for about sort of 5 or 6 minutes these things go whizzing across the sky, sort of trailing little coloured tails as they do. It's beautiful. You've not seen this for a very long time.
I just watch unless any of them seem to drop nearby.
No, you can tell they're going far, far above you. It's very pretty.
sit quietly in peace and make a wish.
Okay. Do you wish to tell me your wish, or you don't have to?
Just for the safe return of my family.
It's a fairly decent wish. I like that. So we leave Celeste contemplating the stars and her family and return to Trelador. What would you like to do? But not muted, preferably.
After having a few drinks, a bit of confidence is in Trelador. He's going to go and try and find his sister.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. So she's literally the next caravan across where Miette went.
Okay.
So you wander over and you see Kalinsa talking to some tabaxi. You see Miette, who we'll get to in a moment. Miette, you see Trelador arrive. And Kalinsa finishes her story, and the three tabaxi are like... and then they all look at you. A guest! And you are handed a shot glass.
I'll down it.
One gets thrown into the fire for you. And the keg is over there. Please help yourself to ale as well. What can we do for one of the heroes of Madame Miette's caravan?
I like the ring of that.
Kalinsa goes,
I
helped as well.
Not much. You stood there.
Yes, dear, of course I did.
Anyway, we need to talk.
We do?
Yes.
Oh, super. I look forward to this. Do you recall...
Did you have anything?
Sorry.
Did you have anything to do with this? And I take out the box with the bracelet in it. My father. Right.
No, that's father's bracelet. Where did you get that?
Come into my possession. Do you know why he sent it?
He would never send that to you.
Maybe you don't know him as well as you think.
Well, I've never seen him take it off. Ever.
Can I just take just that mental image of you not knowing something and admitting you don't know something?
No.
I'm going to savour this moment.
Trelador, as your older and wiser sister, I must tell you that this cannot be father's bracelet, for if it is, then he's dead. If it isn't, then it's a very clever fake for somebody who wants you to think that he's dead.
Well, this might be an obvious question. Is he dead?
Well, of course not.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago.
Helpful.
Well, why have you got that? Who gave it to you?
Not important.
Well, I think it is. Because if somebody's trying to make you think father is dead, I think that's probably quite significant, don't you? Oh, wait, no, you don't think, do you? I forgot.
It's always lovely to talk to.
And you as ever, little brother. How's the magic practice going?
I don't need to practice.
Really? That's not what your tutors said.
I've discovered a power greater than your parlor trick.
Okay.
Power of a god.
A god. A god. Oh, Trelador. You do have some ridiculous ideas sometimes.
Doesn't require any wasting of study or book or years in an academy.
Does it not?
You just have to be nice to people and just say his name every now and again.
Be nice to people? Well, that'll suit you perfectly then. As you are absolutely the nicest person I've ever met.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yes, my power is more than ever you could have helped.
I see. Very well. That's amazing. And your god, does this god have a name?
Yes.
Marvellous. May I be permitted to know it?
I think that's something I'll keep to myself. Can't have you knowing everything.
Okay. Yes. So your god that you won't tell anybody the name of, which everybody knows actually gods aren't real. You could at least have made something up, Trelador. This is a very silly little story. But I applaud your effort.
Well,
I get that you're trying to blend in with the tabaxi and tell a story for entertainment, but really, you've got a lot to learn about storytelling. You have to give these things names. If you're going to claim to be a servant of a god, at least tell us the name of the god. If it's giving you power, then, give us some examples of this lovely power that you have. At least make the story entertaining, Trelador. Honestly.
You finished?
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
I'll just turn and walk out.
bravo. What a great story.
I'll walk back to the camp.
Fair enough. Where you are greeted again by Darcy, who puts a shot into your hand, throws one in the fire for you. You know the score.
Yeah, I'll just sit down and just people watch for a bit.
Okay. So you see Melissa and Florian and Snow appear to be the only ones left in camp here.
I will want to do something. Just
Yep, no, I will get to everybody, I promise.
yeah.
So, Miette, you watch Trelador come in, have a brief argusation with his sister.
I resist the urge to offer either of them sauce or milk, since that joke probably wouldn't have any context in this universe.
No. What would you like to be doing?
Well, I don't move a muscle until this, what do you call it, an argusation?
Yeah.
Is done. Just, watching back and forth like a tennis umpire.
It is highly entertaining. All of the rest of the tabaxi in the camp are also doing the same thing as you. If either of them took 5 seconds to look round, they just see a load of tabaxi going.
I've seen those videos as well. So yeah, wait until it happens, and then when, conversation or entertainment lulls for a bit, continue on my wanderings.
Okay, cool. So you get to the next clearing along, next campsite. There are a couple of caravans here. I assume you're looking for your brother to see if he's about.
That too, yeah.
Okay. You are welcomed in. You are given a shot. Madam Miette, thank you so much for joining. And you recognise distant cousins and some relatives you've not seen for a few years, and conversations are struck about how wonderful you're looking and how fantastic job you're doing with your new caravan, saving everyone and getting praise heaped upon you. Is there anything particular you want to ask of anyone?
No, I'm not kind of. To be honest, Miatta's still shell-shocked from the conversation in the Midwoods, in the centre of the Midwoods. So she's kind of letting conversation happen at her, and then also keeping an eye out for her brother, and then also trying to get to a stack of caravans far enough away that you can't hear the banjo music of "These are cousins" in the back of her head.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You get far enough away that none of the people in the caravans are your relatives. Some of them don't even know any of your relatives. They've all heard of you because you are the toast of the day. And you are welcomed into caravans. And, yeah, propositioned once or twice. Up to you whether you take them up on this or not.
Oh yeah, the intention is to become gradually lost in the caravans and not make way back to my own caravan till morning.
Fair enough. So you continue on your merry way throughout the night, flitting from caravan to caravan, noticing again that there are not as many as there should be by quite a long way, and yet your brother is nowhere to be found. So while we leave Miette on her quest for solace, Florian.
Yeah, I'd probably just sort of like take my tankard with me, just like sip it every so often. But I'd like to just not encroach on any of the campsites, but just take a walk around every so often, get my notebook out, and just make notes of how the tabaxi, especially like the caravan etiquettes, are basically, just so there's a bit of knowledge, so I can kind of act around Miette, Madame Miette, should I say, how I should do, rather than looking like we are just a bunch of ragtag people put together.
Well, you do. Give me a perception check.
Ooh, 18.
18. Nice. Okay, so as you go from campfire to campfire, standing back somewhat from them, you can see they all have a similar layout. The Madame of the caravan is normally sat near the fire, near the barrel of or keg of ale, and the tub of spirit. And you see that there's always sort of first in command type of thing. The right hand person is the one doing the welcoming in, and the throwing of the spirit into the fire and the handing of the glass. And they normally get pointed towards the Madame of the caravan, who receives them, says a few words, and stories are told. And you can see, this is people letting their hair down after a long, hard road or something. But the structure is like an extended family, but you can see that plainly there are people in these caravans who are not related.
Yep.
And there are assignations happening. People disappear off into the woods for a bit of fun. You know, it's a big, think large music festival, but spread out into separate little clumps.
Yeah. Does it seem like there is like at least one or two people of the caravans aren't particularly partaking in the drinking as
Absolutely
much as
not.
everyone is
partaking. You don't come across anyone who's not. You get the sense that this is one of their safe spaces. You get the relief from everybody is pouring off them, and a lot of people are taking more risks than they normally would.
Yeah.
And are being
Okay.
more over the top.
Okay,
But
cool.
in
After
everything,
I've seen all of that.
all the madams are clearly still the ones in charge and the ones making sure that their campfire is the best and most entertaining,
Big and
most
bright and-
welcoming, and it's almost like a competition between the caravans as to who's got the best party going.
Yeah. After doing that and just taking that in for sort of like 15, 20 minutes, I'd probably just walk, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 yards outside of where like the main cluster of caravans are, and not meditate, but just kind of sit there for a little bit, 5 or 10 minutes, and just take in the silence.
Well, what I'll say is it takes you about an hour to sort of make these observations, because a lot of the time, as soon as you approach a fire, people are trying to drag you in and give you a drink and get you to participate. And they're a bit kind of confused as to why you don't really want to, but they're okay with it. They let it slide because
I think after the first, if that's the case, after the first couple of 3, I think I would just I'd probably accept like a top up in the tankard, and then I would probably just show off my like acrobatic and fighting skills, as if
Perfect,
I
yeah.
was back at the dojo,
Yeah.
or something like that, and get the quarter staff out and like spin it around and do the whole like flips and all of that.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah, that goes down really well. Tabaxi being naturally acrobatic, appreciate your moves. They're something slightly different than they're used to with your training, but they absolutely lap that up. They think that's great fun. And eventually, as you get to one of these clearings, and you can tell from your wandering, there should be more people here. There are more clearings than there are caravans. You know, normally these clearings you get are about sort of 3 or 4 caravans per clearing. But there's so many empty clearings.
Mm.
And as you sort of get to one of them to sort of contemplate what you've learned this evening, it dawns on you that there really should be an awful lot more people here. A lot more.
Okay. After that's over, I'd wander back to our camp, maybe joining in on any other camps what I missed out or didn't see, and just
Sure.
taking it easy.
Yep. Cool. Melissa, do you wish to?
It takes a while for Melissa to relax, quite a few drinks. But eventually I'll start kind of wandering around the camps, probably seeing that people are sharing stories and such. I'd probably start telling like these romantic tales of couples that have been brought together at the temple, and telling those with a lot of embellishment.
Yep.
And Melissa is definitely getting drunk, and she is absolutely the kind of person who will on a dime start crying while she's drunk. So she starts telling
Absolutely.
these stories and just kind of breaks into tears, especially if it's someone at the temple that she knows is dead now, that she has
Okay,
trouble
you
kind of
get
living.
a lot of Tabaxi because they do love a good love story. I mean, a lot of it is all about your love stories, and they comfort you and they give you another drink and just hugs, and you basically let it all out, and they're very happy to oblige you in this, and you get told some stories of similar things, tales of love unrequited, tales of assignations gone wrong or assignations gone right. You know, you get all of these details that normally the Tabaxi wouldn't be sharing, but you seem to elicit in them a kind of response because you're being so open about this. They respond in kind, and your evening, night goes that way for as long as you wish it to go.
Yeah.
Snow, is there anything you wish to achieve?
No, he's just going to sort of make sure and keep track of everybody and just keep sort of moving and try to keep as many people in
Right.
at least in sight as possible, and just keep moving from caravan to caravan.
Okay, that's going to be slightly tricky because they've all sort of gone different ways.
Yeah. Obviously, the ones that have gone out, that's fine. But he's going to like the dwarves, and
Well, the
sort of-
dwarves are going round caravan to caravan, just telling
Yeah.
stories and dancing and all sorts of stuff.
He's just going to follow along and sort of like slowly, sort of, you know, some of the smaller knives that he's got that he can flick.
Yep.
He's just going to start juggling the knives as he's walking along.
Yep. Okay. Well, you definitely get some appreciative nods and claps and cheers, and there are a couple of Tabaxi that seem to be very interested in you. There are a pair of young females, maybe late teens, early 20s, obviously friends. You notice they start to follow you from caravan to caravan, sort of hanging on your every, whenever you start juggling or flicking your knives around, they're absolutely in awe.
Is that literally the Lynx effect? This is a cat.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, please give me an
Oh
inspiration
yeah,
point for that.
absolutely. Inspiration point for that if you don't already have one. 'Cause
Have
that
one,
was-
never
that-
use it.
Again, use them. Then you can get more. So yeah, these two are sort of giggling at each other and just sort of when they think you're not looking, there's just like look adoringly at you, and they seem to be sort of edging each other on to say, "No, you go, no, you go." And eventually, one of them approaches you. Mr. Snow, my friend, she thinks you're very pretty. So, you are married?
No.
So you would like to, I don't know, maybe come out into the woods with us?
Perhaps not tonight.
Tomorrow night. It's a date. Absolutely. And she sort of zips round to her mate, and then you can see them sort of huddling together and giggling. And they follow you for the rest of the night. You manage to keep the dwarves in sight. It's not difficult. They're very, very loud. They are telling tales that you're not sure you remember what that happening quite that way. At one point, apparently, Gus and Yorick picked you up and threw you at a monster so you could stab it in the face. Not sure that ever happened, but you know that's the sort of things that the dwarves are claiming as fact. But they are very, very drunk and very, very loud and having a brilliant time. Is there anything else in particular you would like to achieve? No.
Nope.
So, as the night wears on, and eventually you stumble back, some of you, to your Madame Miette's caravan to take rest for the evening. Who's doing that and who's staying out and sleeping elsewhere?
I'll be staying in the clearing.
Okay.
I've just sent you what I'm doing.
Okay. It's alright.
Yorick will be trying to find somewhere to sleep, if you know what I mean. But whether that's anyway, cards.
All right. Make me a. Maybe a straight charisma check.
There's so many
There's
comments
probably
to say to
someone
that.
out there
If
that's a friend of
you
yours.
if you get, I'll say if you get a 15 or above. Actually, no, 14 or above, because everybody's very drunk.
So I need to roll 16 or higher. There you go.
Channel beard.
4.
Yeah, you kind of keep sort of putting your arms around people, and whilst they're all very friendly and they take it in the spirit that it's meant, you end up sleeping underneath the caravan with Gus.
We've been there before. It's fine.
Snoring your heads off. Some of the tabaxi think this is absolutely hilarious and the best
Snoring
thing
and spooning.
Yeah. So two dwarves curled up underneath the caravan somewhere.
I think I'd be back at like our caravan or Madame Miette's caravan,
Okay.
but I'd be sleeping on the roof. I'd got the hatch and just take in the night's air and
So-
the stillness.
Anybody that is having a sleep after your busy night can get a long rest. Anybody that is decided to... Actually, no, you can all have a long rest. What happens in the woods stays in the woods. Is what we're going to go for. Okay, so...
When in the woods, as it were.
Exactly. Yet, as you wake and start to get your caravan ready, you notice there are a few missing. No dwarves. No Celeste. Everybody else appears to be here. The day is yours. The sun is shining. It's quite warm. and you look around at the sort of debris from the last night's celebrations. It's not so messy here, but you know from experience that the other caravans will be an absolute nightmare of just rubbish everywhere. And you can hear the plaintive wails of smaller kits that have woken to find that they're on clean-up duty. More specifically, you can hear Zeph and Zaf complaining loudly, and people in their caravan trying to get them to shut up for a bit.
Yeah, I imagine I will be muttering under my breath to get them to shut up as well, and trying to make the most careful breakfast in existence that doesn't require too much effort.
Yeah.
I think Florian would have been up quite early as well, like usual.
Florian is up ridiculously early.
And he also, let me guess, you're also, bright and bushy-tailed and energetic with the day and being infuriating around those of us who are hungover.
Yeah, but I don't exactly I'm not a dick about it.
Yeah. Snow would have been up with the dawn as well.
Okay.
I don't think I would.
No.
Good morning, Madam Yet.
Sorry, carry on.
Miet just nods.
It would seem that everybody had a good night.
It is the season for it.
Yeah, I suppose it is the first time in a while that everybody has felt safe, I suppose.
Yes.
Are you okay?
I learned last night there is a high price for our safety here.
Of course. But I'm not asking about the price. I'm asking if you are okay. You got some heavy, burdensome news. And if I can help you share that burden, I would be happy to.
As part of my caravan, I don't believe you'll have a choice in the matter. You're all in this.
I know. But
I appreciate it.
And besides, I have to guard you, otherwise Darcy and Minihill will skin me.
There is that, yes.
So, if by my life or death, you have me by your side.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to go and find the dwarves, because I'm sure their snoring has kept people awake.
And keep an eye for Celeste if you would as well. She hasn't not shown herself yet this morning.
Okay. And I'll go and wander off and sort of find the dwarves.
Yeah, the last time you saw them, they were quite far away, so you head that way. And as you get approached close, you can hear them snoring. And as
Snow will go round, and sort of like the very, very cold stream water that he's got in one of the skins. He's just going to pull the stopper a little bit and go drip.
Yeah, just before you get there, there's a very tired-looking tabaxi comes in. Do you know how to make that stop?
Bear with me just a moment, and I will sort this out for you.
Please, I will give you breakfast, anything you want. Just make it stop. We tried kicking them. That did not work.
I mean, to be honest with you, a stray ogre could not wake them.
Make it stop, please. I will give you money. Anything.
Bear with me a moment. And like you basically just walk him and goes his forehead just drip, 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 drip.
Gus, You're having a beautiful dream, and then all of a sudden,
Starts raining.
it's raining. Why is it raining? You swore you were inside in a cave, and you wake up and you see Snow's grinning face. He just
Good
walked-
morning.
Is it raining?
Yes, it has been raining a little bit.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh.
And then, sort of like, if he goes back to sleep, Snow will just slap him across the face. Get up!
Oh, what?
It's time for breakfast. Get up!
Oh, breakfast. Right. Okay, that's good. Always like a good breakfast.
Yorick.
I'll give Yorick a kick.
And Snow will just basically reach into his beard and with his claws just literally sort of like scratch his chin.
Oh, that's nice. Little to the left.
Right? You can have some more of that later, but it is breakfast time.
You've got to be careful doing that. That's a courtship ritual in Dwarven.
You should know better.
I do know better, but it is a good way to also to wake you up.
Oh, careful, you might have a chubby now.
That is
I apologise to any of our viewers that got, but just concentrate on the cat. Susie has come to say hello, and dwarves. So,
before you leave, say thank you to the people that let you sleep under their caravan. Because
Thank you, people who let you sleep under our caravan.
That's wonderful. Please fuck off.
Okay, offing and fucking now.
So the three of you make your way back to Madame Miette's caravan. Celeste, you awake refreshed in this tranquil wood, having had your 4 hours of meditation, and even before that, just a sort of relaxation, studying the stars.
I'm going to look for a nearby water source and just sort of clean myself up as best I can.
Yeah, sure. There are in each clearing there is a well with fresh water. You can clean yourself up quite easily.
Okay.
If you make your way back to the caravan, and everybody is now awake, including Trelador and Melissa, I assume. Yep.
I wake up just in a state.
Yep. Mascara
Oh yeah.
all the way down. Signs of a good night.
What's happening?
You've looked better.
It's morning. I'll work on it.
Sorry, I mean to be clear, you look rough as fuck.
I know.
You should
And
maybe
I'll-
sort your face out.
I'll reach into my bag, pull out my little hammer, and go, "Oh, right. I think I drank a bit too much." And I'll sit up and just basically spend like probably the prerequisite hour tidying myself up.
Fair enough. Whilst you do that, you can smell the smells of breakfasts being cooked around the campfires. Everybody convenes. You can all take. I'm assuming you all took a long rest. So the day is warm. There's a slight breeze ruffling the leaves of the trees. The day is yours. What would you wish to do?
I'm presuming this setting, the kind of gathering celebrations, continue on for a few days
Oh, yeah.
before everyone goes their own way again.
Yeah,
What's the
normally
plan?
that's the case. You're not sure. You've not been to a gathering at Midwoods before, but you presume this will happen.
What's the plan, Madam Miette? Where do we go from here?
The gathering itself will last a few days. We can always stay longer and have a repeat of tonight, drinking and making merry. Or we can leave and see what destiny holds for us.
I think seeing what destiny has in store is mighty good. We've got the chance to potentially save the world, then I'd rather do that.
And also, it would be nice to go back to Redport and really upset that despicable man. Don't you think?
I concur. Could I take about half an hour this morning to have a look at those things we found while in the sewer in Redport?
Absolutely.
Of course.
I'll step out looking like I was unaffected by the night and just say, yeah, I've been longing to give Droust another scar to match the one he's got.
Ryan will just chuckle a little bit, knowing that Melissa definitely doesn't feel as good as she looks at the minute.
Make a deception check for me.
You still don't look very good.
Oh, she looks perfect.
Yeah, I know.
The makeup is absolutely on point.
Yeah, I know.
18.
18. Yep. Most people are taken in as you step all glamorous out of the caravan. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm definitely not. I've rolled a natural 20 on the insight.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Florian knows knows better anyway.
Sorry, Miette, you were about to...
No. If I'm going to be madam of this caravan even after we have left this gathering, as you seem to insist, perhaps this time you will listen to me if I insist that we not just march into Redport to get thrown into the cells again, and instead perhaps gather a little bit of information first.
That was actually something I was going to suggest.
Someone sent the tieflings after us, and we need to know who. We need to know how they found out we were still alive.
I mean, if we believe what they told us before, Levanicus is involved. I mean, he's the one who apparently brought them back to life, is he not?
And he was the
How did
one that
he
we
know?
saw.
So
Let's hire an army of sellswords and buy some trebuchets and lay siege to it.
We don't have the gold.
Much as I would like to.
I think you're
I
still
have my
Yorick.
suspicions.
And they are?
Well, by virtue of the fact that Sorrow and Torment went after the barbed devil we saw, we know they ain't working in league with the devils, which means they ain't working in league with Fiona, who I'm pretty certain is the one that's... Yeah. But I have a suspicion that Levanicus may have gone to the second temple we found. One where we fought that bone claw.
I agree with you. From the way that his interests are going with magic, he likely did. But
That
I'm
place has-
still concerned because I have a contact in the Temple of Ikrat, and they told me we were considered dead and our contracts cancelled. And if that is true, why then, how were Sorrow and Torment still hunting us? How did they know where to find us? These are the things I'm concerned with.
Yeah. I'm not certain.
And I mean, the fact that they're probably guests of Fjerna means that... how do we know that Fjerna is not going to twist them and use them for her own?
Oh, undoubtedly she will. Some of her ire towards us will be spent on them.
Oh yeah, for definite. But there are also a lot of questions that were raised by what we learned last night.
Indeed.
Now, I know Paradise, I point to Snow. And of course we know Reorcs, pointing to Yorick and Trellador. I ain't never heard of the name Remora before. That's a new one.
Well, perhaps when we get back on the road, that Yorick, you can ask Riox, and
Yep.
I can
I
see
think that
if
might be well worth.
we can speak to Paladas.
There's a
Because
lot of
if
information.
If this Remora figure was one that helped Peladas and what was it, the original Tabaxi to beat down Fierna, then we may as well get them involved as well if we can.
Wasn't Remora that helped.
It was.
I'm just remembering my own notes.
There was another tale after Shadow left. Another being, Fierna, had claimed the continent of fire. But the Tabaxi, Peladas, and Remora reclaimed the continent and struck a deal with the dwarves. Then elves arrived and more gods, etc.
And then the gods vanished, and
Yeah, that is all true, yet. It's just you know some other things.
Yeah.
There's a lot more information we need to find out as well, and not to make it all about me, but
But
kind
you're
of gotta
gonna make
save.
it all about you.
Well, no, I don't. No, not quite. But we gotta save my sister so we have a bit more control on what's going on. But also, I'm not allowed to be anywhere near my sister.
Yeah.
And you understand that all of this talk of running away somewhere to save us has to stop now, completely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Need to keep you safe.
As for once, you'll see Florian try and make a joke and kind of get up and as if I'm gonna run away. But
Yeah,
obviously,
he'll
I
reach
don't.
out and swat the top of his boot. Charming.
Yeah, most definitely. It's just we have gained a lot more information that we didn't have, and hence why we came here. But there's still a lot more to find out. And the plans to be made
Yeah.
for where we're going and what we're gonna do.
I think we need to learn a lot more about these gods that we've supposedly forgotten that may be able to help us. And, well, it feels selfish to say this, but I do feel that we should find a way to help me untie myself from Fierna. Every time I dip into that magic, I'm so afraid that it's going to go against y'all. I don't want that to happen.
Maybe that's something we'll find out when we find out more about where they are and how we
Yeah.
try and stop this.
Yeah.
and it is about time that my people learned about Paladas and paid you homage again.
Mm.
And I don't think it's a bad idea that we try and find out Vanicus, what he's actually up to.
Mm.
And I mean,
The other
I haven't
problem-
seen her since we came back and everything, but what about, what was it, Draka? Whatever her name was, the bounty hunter?
Derek. I think. There's been so many names. I think it was Derek.
Derek. She was the Tiefling's boss for a while, was she not? Or at least she turned them back at Dar.
Let's face it, she turned everybody back because if they didn't turn back, she was going to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah. My best hope she's still not on the trail.
As I said, all of our contracts were cancelled. For a while there, no one was hunting us.
Nice, isn't it?
We just need to figure out where we're going to first then, and what we're gonna do.
Need to look at the map.
Do you have a copy of the map, or do you want me to share it?
I need to share it. I can't
I think it's
see it in
pinned.
my
I think
folders.
it's
Okay, let us.
I had thought it
share
was
that.
pinned there for a while, but seems to have gone.
yeah.
Pins have gone.
There you go.
Right. So we're practically straight north of Farnham and Dorn, close to Farnham. I'm assuming this is the Midwest. Do I know much about those two towns? Are they
Farnham.
human, half-orc?
Farnham is more orcish, tieflings, humans. It's a big, wide spread of people. It's not as up itself as Redport. There's a lot. It's a lot more easygoing. It's got a good relationship with Dornham, which is the tiefling main city. And obviously a good relationship with the treading waters because everybody has to. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of farmlands between Farnham, Dornham, Silot. It's a very
Any
rich
of those-
area.
Any of those three known to have a library of some sort, like
Or a
major
trading post.
or trading post?
All three of them have trading posts. Every city has a trading post. They're not as big and as important as up in Giffield or Clydewater, but they are still there. As far as libraries go, you've heard there's a large library in Silot, and you think there's probably one in Dornham. You're not sure about Farnham. You've never heard of one, but it's not to say there isn't one.
If we're looking for information, then Silot's probably our best bet. That's a far way away.
I think it would be best for us to travel that way too.
Puts us far away from Redport and Dar.
Yeah.
And that point in the hills by Dar.
But there's no bad thing at the moment.
Do you want to travel by road or do you want to travel by river?
It would be a shame to leave the caravan behind.
Maybe we can track the caravan next to the river. Me being not on land wouldn't leave a scent for anything to pick up.
I dare say travelling in a caravan labelled so brazenly with my name would be a far better way of tracking you than scent. This has been noted we are travelling together for some time now.
Yeah.
Definitely, but I mean, it picked me up by my scent for sure. So.
And I wouldn't let it past them to use scrying magic to try and find you.
No,
Find
I
any
mean,
of us.
this
I mean,
brand and such on my chest isn't exactly the.
I mean, Levanicus is a powerful wizard, as far as we know.
Can we magically conceal you somehow? And I looked. So that. Is there anything that can be done?
I don't think there's anything I can do.
Maybe, and you're gonna tell me to shut the fuck up now, Chalador, but maybe your sister, she's been pretty good at hiding tracks for
Shut the fuck up.
the tabaxi.
She has-
attached to one of the other caravans and
Maybe she could teach.
I don't think your sister wants to associate with me.
Have you tried?
Yes.
Do I believe her?
Are you telling the truth, Celeste?
Yes.
She's telling the truth. Whether you believe her or not, it's up to you.
I
Well,
mean,
maybe you need to put your personal differences aside and actually do this for the good of the group. I mean, if she can teach you something, and I'm not going to go and ask her.
I don't
almost.
think the type of magic she knows is the same as the type of magic I know.
It's not very powerful. sure you'll be fine with it. And that's a nice thing I just said.
Maybe you should try and practice what you preach sometimes, Cholador.
What?
Perhaps you could get her to teach you.
I get my power from another source now.
That is debatable. When you stop being an idiot and greedy, maybe you will.
So, are we going to enlist her help? I mean, Celeste, it's your call.
I don't.
I can't learn such magics. It's a completely different field.
I'm more than happy to try and speak to her and just ask her what she is capable of.
She'll tell you at length.
And if that's the case, I'm more than happy to sit there to listen if it's going to help me and all of us.
You are a sucker for
Thanks.
punishment, aren't you?
I think Dennis decided that we should remain here another day, since so many of us have questions that can be answered here before we leave.
Does that mean we have another party tonight?
If you wish.
Hey!
And on that note, we'll take a little break. Grab us a drink, catch up with the partying dwarves. So, yeah, we will be right back. Have a quick break, grab a drink, and we'll be back here very shortly. See you in a bit.
Yar.
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your break and are suitably refreshed. So, when we left off, you were discussing your plan for the day. You'd decided to stay here for another day, which has pleased Gus, at least for one. As
Well,
he
we've
can have
had
another
one
party.
party, but how about a second party?
Yeah, there's always room for another party, right?
Maybe you could host this party rather than going to someone else.
No, it's much more fun going around other people's. There's loads of different booze, you see. We can try it all at once.
And we don't have any spirit brood here yet to offer anyone.
Yet perhaps before we leave, we could consult Minihill and Darcy and maybe get some tips on how to brew our own.
Of course.
Oh, well, if you like, I can come with you because I've got some stuff to help make booze and I know how to do it, sort of.
Please do.
Stuff.
We'll need to prepare for next year.
I do have the brewer's supplies
Awesome.
in my inventory.
Okay.
So, is there certain information that we can get? Relieve.
I do not understand.
Why are we staying? I thought we were staying another night to more information and make.
Well, as Gus says, we need to speak to Darcy and Minihill to get what we need to begin brewing our own spirits. Yorick has work to do. Florian has questions, and I wish to speak to Madame Carfanon.
Okay then. You're the
Is there
madame.
anything you wish to do?
No, madame.
Do you want to come with me, Trollodor, whilst I try and speak to your sister?
I mean, you could go and piss her off a bit more. I know that would make you happy.
I think it's best you go alone, but don't say anything about it.
Okay.
For your own benefit.
Okay.
I'll
So
stare at him like dagger.
make an intimidation check.
By that, Florian, I think he means don't tell her that you're our kind of lovers, not lovers involved.
10. Yeah. Trellador's looking at you a bit weird.
Have you got something in your eye, Trollodor? You're looking at...
It's my eyeball.
It's generally where you keep them.
In fact, maybe do tell her because I would really like to see the reaction when she
You've
storms
done
out.
enough. Don't listen to.
Okay, maybe later when we've had a bit more to drink, I might do it myself. Let's see how that goes, eh?
Maybe we shouldn't talk to my sister after all. Maybe we should go about this a different way.
It's fine, Trollodor. I'll speak to your sister and I'll just keep on the point in hand.
Will you?
I will. I promise you.
Don't take this the wrong way. You do have a tendency to waffle a little.
I mean, what do you call waffling, Trollodor? Is actually
This.
just normal people speaking.
All of this.
I'll just go up to Trollodor and put a hand on his shoulder and be like, don't you worry, I'll try and get the information that's needed. And then I'll... What time is it?
It's roughly 10-ish, 11-ish.
Yeah, I'll probably head over towards the caravan of where...
Okay.
Good luck.
So
You're
you
needed.
going by yourself? Or are you taking Celeste with you? Or
yeah, I'll probably like... Do you fancy coming, Celeste, to see if you've got any ideas? Or do you not think it'd go well?
I didn't think it would be possible to find somebody who disliked me more than Trellador, but it seems that this has happened now.
Okay, I'll go on my own then.
I wish you the best of luck.
okay, so Florian, you wander over to. Oh, brain's gone. There are many caravans. Hold on, one moment.
She not with Menahil and Darcy?
No, she is
Madame Forenel.
Madame Forenel's caravan. So Drift and Tranic, those guys. The guys that you met in the safe camp.
Yeah, yeah.
So as you approach, Madame Forenel waves at you, and Drift appears by your side with her eye patch. Welcome in. Welcome. It is a little early to be serving drinks, but hey, we are a party, so if you wish, you can have a breakfast ale and a small sip if you want one.
Maybe after, if it's okay, would it be possible to speak to Treladar's sister?
Oh, Kalinsa. Of
Kalinsa,
course,
that's
she is. I believe she is up. She points across where Kalinsa is sitting, studying a book.
And kind of as I go to walk over to Kalinsa, I'll quite obviously stop and look at Madame Forenel. She sat down in her place
She is.
and like the bow and like thank you type
She
thing.
nods. Welcome, Florian. Welcome. My
Thank
camp
you.
is yours.
Thank you. And I'll just kind of not cautiously, but I'll kind of sit down
Cautiously.
next to Kalinsa.
She sort of, she sort of out of the corner of her eye looks. Continues reading.
And I'll just be taking heed on Trelador's advice. Do you mind if I speak to you, Kalinsa, please?
She snaps the book shut. So, where you're from, if somebody is reading, this is an invitation to a conversation, is it?
Obviously not, but...
Right. Goodbye.
Oh, I was just going to ask you on help with your...
Again,
Brilliant
you
magic.
are still here. Puts the book down. So, the hero of the hour, eh? One of them.
Yeah, not quite, but more...
That's
thank
right,
you
not quite.
Thank you for your help the past few days for covering the tracks and everything. It's brilliant magic you can use.
I know.
And that's basically to the point I'd like to get. I don't suppose you know any magics of concealing people from
Well,
things?
plainly I do, because that's what I did.
Specifically a person, i.e. me, from being potentially tracked or anything.
Okay. You wish to be invisible to people, would you say?
As such, not completely invisible, but just a way where
Not
I can't
completely
be
invisible.
tracked. If like the,
I know. She casts invisibility on you. There you go. Perfect. Now nobody can see you. How fabulous.
How long does that last for?
Well, until you attack somebody. Or
Oh,
cast
so-
a spell, or, you know, it's a spell. Won't last forever.
Does it like cover my scent, my trail if something's tracking us?
No, this is invisibility. I've
Is
turned
that
you
something-
invisible. This is where nobody can see you.
Is there anything you can do by covering scents?
Well, yes. Why?
I think that everything that's happening is potentially other monsters are tracking me, my scent, because of everything that's going on. And to try and keep
So
the
you've
tabaxi here
You've
and the
decided
caravan
to bring them all here. What an excellent decision that was. Why don't you
Wasn't
just do
just me.
do the honourable thing, just, run to the monsters and give yourself up? Then
Yeah.
everybody else lives.
Not quite, because if I did that, everybody else would surely die.
I mean, that's not how one death of one person works. You know that, right?
Apparently, me and my sister have this bond where if we're together, we will unleash a demon, a prince of hell, to rule destruction on the world.
Mm. Okay.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
try and
You.
I'm gonna try and quietly. If he's kind of looking to where I was sat, I'm gonna try and quietly go around to the other side of it.
Make a stealth check. With advantage because you're invisible.
Ooh, okay. 18.
So, what you're telling me is you are, and she's looking to where you were,
Mhm.
you are the object of some prophecy or some children's story about the end of the world. Is that correct?
And what I'll do the other side of it is I'll like clap my hands and be like, yes, that's exactly what I mean.
She jumps. Ugh, you are so childish. And she starts to look around. Trelador, did you put him up to this?
Trelador's not here, but it was my idea to speak to you because of your
She
brilliant magic.
drops the invisibility spell.
That's fine. Thought she might.
So, what exactly are you asking me to do here? To make you untrackable
Basically, I know
all
it sounds
the time?
just for as long as you can. Maybe not exactly at this minute, but before we leave the camp, at least we can leave these woods and I wouldn't be traced for a day or 2 days, whatever it is.
Well, much as it pains me to admit this, I don't know all of the spells in the entire world. Most of them, yes, not all of them. So, whilst it may be technically possible to make you untrackable, it is not something I can currently perform. With a few years more study, perhaps I will be able to do this for you. I can make tracks disappear. I can put up illusions. I can turn people invisible. All these kinds of things combined would make you fairly untrackable. But what you're asking is for a great expenditure of magic to keep one person untrackable. Now, as you may be able to comprehend, although I don't hold out that much hope for you, this is not an efficient use of magic. You must see that, right?
In sorts, yeah, I do see
I
that.
have to make the sacrifice of years of training to be able to make you untrackable. For what reward exactly? The not end of the world.
Well, personally, yeah,
I
the
mean,
title,
that's fantastic, but there is no monetary value to that, is there at all?
well, I mean, whatever I've got in my pocket, you can have.
Does your pocket contain at least 4,000 gold pieces?
No, but I have some sapphires and rubies, of which are different denominations.
Well, that's a way to start, I suppose. And what I will need is access to the Magister's library in Giffield. Can you arrange that as well?
Potentially.
Fantastic. Right. Well, we're getting on with finding a deal for you then, aren't we? So, access to the library at Giffield, at least 4,000 gold pieces, and I obviously will need somewhere nice to stay. You will have to explain to the Tabaxi why I'm leaving their caravan, and I could probably travel to Giffield. I'll tell you what, I'll throw my travel to Giffield for free, as it's, the end of the world.
Oh, it's so gracious you are. Absolutely.
I am. So,
I'll
do
go
we have a
back.
deal?
Well, I'll go back and speak to Madame Miette, as she is in charge of the caravan and ourselves, and see what she will say.
Okay, brilliant, lovely chat. Picks up her book.
Thank you. Oh, Trelladar says he loves you, as I walk away.
He absolutely did not.
And I'll walk back to the caravan.
Okay. So while all that was going on, anybody else wanted to go and do something? I know Miette wanted to go and talk to Madame Carfanon, and also go and talk to Minihill.
Brewing.
Yeah, so that was Miette, Snow, and Gus. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to speak to Madame Carfanon at some point as well. That's
Okay.
separate from everybody else.
Okay, all right. So we will deal with the brewing distillation side of things. So you three go next door to Minihill's caravan. You see Minihill is relaxing in her chair, not quite asleep, but not really awake. And Darcy sort of sitting beside her on the floor, just sort of holding her head slightly.
Yeah. As we're walking over, Snow would sort of like, very sort of spryly do like a little handspring.
We have visitors, my dear. Darcy gets up and pours 3 shot glasses and a 4th one, hands you all a shot glass, throws one in the fire. Welcome to Madame Minihill's caravan. We are slightly delicate, but never let it be said we do not extend to our warmest friends our warmest welcome. And Minihill opens one eye and goes, "You are most welcome. My caravan is yours. Darcy, some ale, please."
I'm going to climb into Minihill's lap just to annoy her.
You're too heavy. Get off.
A little hair of the kid, maybe.
Snow.
A good night was had?
Possibly. I don't really remember. Where are you? Duh. I should not ask. Oh, get off. Get off, Lumpy. She pushes you off her chair. Stands up. Says, right, so takes a shot. Oh! Ugh. So, you are always welcome in my caravan. Our caravan.
But not your seat, it seems.
A madame's seat is her own, wouldn't you say, Miette?
But I am also madame, so can I not too sit in the madame's seat? On the madame?
You should not sit on another madame without permission, I feel. This is a rule we should immediately engage with.
You are no fun this early in the morning.
No, I have never been fun in the mornings. This is not what I do.
Why do I get the feeling that Miette was a source of pain in the mornings for you?
Miette is always a sort of pain in the mornings. By the evening, when people are, able to deal with her shenanigans, she is a wonderful creature and I love her dearly. But in the mornings, no. She is not for me. Not until
in the
I
mornings,
am
I'm someone else's sister.
Exactly.
It is good that some of us are morning people then, eh?
Well, quite. Darcy's just sort of standing there.
Madame Miette?
Yes, we came here to ask of your knowledge, your information. We will have need to distill our own liquors for the gathering next year.
Of course you will. Of course. Oh, right. Okay. Well, it's very easy, you see. What kind are you going with? Aniseed traditional? Like Mama?
Like Mama, and also the ale.
Okay. The ale is ale, and she sort of looks at you, Gus, and says, You strike me as somebody who knows ale.
Well, yes, I can make dwarven ale,
I mean,
but
I
it
think
just
with
sort of takes time and stuff, and we've not stood still really for forever.
Ale does take a while, it is true. But you can
I
do it
mean-
in the caravan, because the caravan we travel slowly, so you have time to
I think
start the process.
we're pretty covered when it comes to the ale because we got the dwarfs. It is more the brewing of the spirit, and if that's
Well, you see, that is more distillation than brewing.
of course.
Traditionally, what you used to do was you would brew some ale, make it heavy with aniseed, and then you freeze it. And the very core that is not frozen, with a nice big barrel, nice wide barrel, the very core that is not frozen, you pour out. Then you refreeze. And again, the very core you pour out. And this core you keep freezing and pouring until you get a small amount. And you continue on doing this until you can fill your demijohn with what is literally frozen distillate. So it should work for itself. As long as you brew the ale correctly, you should have the core of alcohol that does not freeze. The water freezes, leaving only alcohol. So you brew more beer, you get more alcohol. Which is why the ale is a lot less strong than you, pointing at Gus, would expect. You see, it balances. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but so the bit you've poured out the middle,
That's the bit you keep.
yeah, but then the rest of it, can you unfreeze it and drink it again?
Well, of course. This is
right.
your weekend ale.
Yeah, right. Well, maybe you could share your recipe for weak ale then, because my recipe is only sort of like strong dark dwarven ale.
Well, that could work too. It depends on how you want to flavour your ale. Because the freezing just removes the water.
Oh, right. We could make it even stronger. Oh, I like the idea of that. Oh, right. Okay.
She looks at me. I look forward to your first batch. I suspect that the rest of the caravans will not know what has hit them.
No, I don't think so when dwarves are involved with the process.
I'm going to put it out there that we nickname it the headache.
Oh.
I think that is
I
a
like
very
it.
wise move. Absolutely.
I will need some ingredients, though. I don't suppose you'd help me out where I could get some.
What kind of ingredients do you need?
Well, stuff for brewing the beer.
So hops
Because I don't know.
Hops and barley and whatever you wish to flavour it with, yes?
Yeah, that'll do.
Because it should get the natural yeasts from the air as you move. So, yeah, it's very basic.
But where can I get some? I don't know where to get it from. I'm not from around here.
You should have hops and barley in your caravan.
Oh, right.
Madame Miette has a fully stocked caravan. So she will be able to supply you with hops and barley and obviously water. That's kind of it.
We'll search for the ingredients later.
All right.
The anise as well.
Yes, everything you need, everything a caravan needs is included in your caravan.
Well, we can get started on our first batch later.
I look forward to tasting it in next year because obviously it will take a while.
Of course. The first batch of the headache. We will make sure to save you some of the first batch.
Absolutely, I will hold you to this. Was there anything else that I can do for you?
No, we shall leave you to your nap. I mean, your business.
A very important business that I have, yes. In my chair.
Little
Alone,
bit more,
In your chair.
not being sat on in any way.
little bit more hair of the kitten. You should be fine.
I will be fine. Thank you,
As
Snow.
Minhill sits down, I'll wink to Darcy to kind of just to say, it's your turn.
Yeah, Darcy winks back and just sort of, as she's sort of seeing you out, says, "Don't worry, I will sit on her a lot." And as you leaving the clearing, you can hear, "Hey, get off! No sitting on the madame." So while that is happening, Celeste, you can make your way to Madame Carfanon's caravan. You've been there before. And Rauda is one of Madame Carfanon's very beautiful boys, who is sitting at the edge. Just, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Madame Carfanon's caravan. The Madame is just about up. I believe she is in her chair. Please
I
go
don't
on
want
through.
to intrude, but if it would be possible to speak to her.
Of course. Please follow me.
Thank
Takes
you.
you in. Madame Carfanon looks up from her seat. Ah, this beautiful Celeste. Please
Madame Carfanon?
be welcome in my caravan. It is your caravan also. Welcome.
Thank you. That
Do
is
you
very
wish to take?
gracious of you.
Do you wish to take a drink?
I do not at this time, but
Ah.
thank you for the offer.
You are most welcome. So, what can I do for you on this beautiful day?
I confess I have been turning over the information we received yesterday in my head about how our group is destined to fight against the end of the world.
Yes, that is.
I have my doubts as to where I fit into this, as I am not from this world.
Are you not? The Madame of Madames is not wrong, ever. Not in my lifetime, anyway. If she had meant to exclude you, you would not have been allowed in the caravan. So I suspect that whatever it is, or wherever it is you are from, you have been sent here to assist your caravan to do what they need to do. Perhaps it is because you are not from here is what gives you the edge. Perhaps. I don't know. Do you... When you say you are not from here, did you travel from another world, another plane?
Another world. I'm not sure exactly if it was another plane or not. But I'm not the only one who has come from that world, and I am afraid of what he might do if he finds out I'm still alive.
I see. So, I think what... I cannot say whether this other person you are afraid of is going to be of help or not. I do not know. What I would say is you are here. You seem to be bonding with Madame Miette and the rest of your caravan. Perhaps,
For the most part.
Perhaps this is an opportunity to, as the Madame of Madames insinuated, you get to control what happens. Perhaps part of that control involves you going home or sending this other person back. I don't know which you would prefer, but presumably this will become clear.
I think I felt more at home here than I ever did back there.
So fight for it. Give your support to Madame Miette and the rest of your crew. If you think this is home, it feels like home, looks like home, then it is home. You should be fighting for the control of this, yes? To control what happens. As the Madame suggested. This Fiona wishes to control the world. Nobody wishes that. So fight with the tools that you have. No?
Do you know of Remora?
Remora? Only stories. Remora was one of the gods that assisted the Tabaxi to claim the world from Fiona. She is a legend, as the other gods are.
Thank you for your time, Madam Kaufman. I appreciate your words of wisdom.
You are most welcome, young one, and try not to be so concerned. Try to... I know it's difficult for one such as yourself, so young, to try to not be so serious. Try to be more... have some fun. Take a drink, go find a beautiful boy or girl, or one of each, whichever you prefer, and have some fun. This is a safe place. Nothing can harm us.
I must confess, spending time with this eclectic group has brought out my playful side that I forgot that I had.
Absolutely. This is a good thing. Lean into that. Be yourself that you wish to be. Do not be who you think they want you to be. Okay?
I will certainly try.
That is all we can ask.
Thank you, Madame.
You are very welcome. Enjoy your day.
And you too.
Oh, for sure. And she looks around at the very pretty male tabaxis that are all sort of stalking around her camp at the moment. No females in this camp, just big tomcats. So, as we leave Celeste, leaving the camp of pretty boys, is there anybody else that wishes to go anywhere or do anything or ask questions of anyone?
I'm going to run back to the caravan rather than try to start rooting through the stores and pots and pans looking for all the brewing stuff and start brewing up a batch of beer.
Absolutely.
I swear to God, if you don't tidy up after yourself, I'll skin you alive.
Get your knife ready.
Gus, what are you up to? You're making a lot of noise in there.
Beer! I'm busy.
Right. You
We're
got
going-
permission from the madame before starting, right?
Shut up, I'm busy.
I mean, they said Gus is wake word. They mentioned the beer. They mentioned that there were supplies to make beer. So, yeah, it keeps him busy and out of trouble.
Fair enough.
I mean, it keeps him out of trouble that we need to get him out of. That if he gets in trouble, it is probably in trouble with Miette. In which case, I'm not going to stand in front of that. I don't want to get stabbed
Me
or
neither.
skinned.
I had no luck from your sister, Cholador.
I was just going to ask you how it went.
She talked very much like yourself when we first met.
You mean?
But she ended up talking, and
Oh,
she
I
just
think
doesn't know the magics yet.
I think I can prompt a good conversation.
She
Okay.
basically wanted 4,000 gold,
For
and
what?
a place to stay in Giffield, and access to the library so she could study the magics to basically make me untraceable. The only thing she could do at the minute was make me invisible.
So she was just going to give her all this money. She's going to cast it on you. The last for our travel.
Well, she was gonna find out the information. I was polite. I said I'd have to speak to Madame Miette first, obviously, being our Madame and the leader of us, knowing full well that I think it would take too long for anything to happen.
I mean, if it's all the same, Florian, if you give that woman any of our gold or gems, I'm going to stab you myself.
Oh, no, of course not. I may be young and look naive, but I'm not so much.
You
I'd also
are a little
suggest
bit.
that Gifield's probably the last place we want to be right now.
Exactly.
Why did she want the library in Gifford?
Apparently, it had books and information that she needed to study.
Really? A
magics.
library has books and information. I meant, why does she want that library?
It was just the one she said.
You didn't think to ask.
I thought not to press her, as she was quite abrupt, arrogant, and really didn't want to have the conversation.
She's fine. She's just like me. You talk to me, don't you?
I've known you for a lot longer, though, haven't I?
Well, not really. You're just not asking the right questions.
No, but it did make me chuckle a
I
little
can't
bit,
remember if I'm
though,
actually here in the caravan at the moment or not.
because as I
Yeah,
left,
you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
As
because
I
you came
left,
back with Gus and Snow.
she said, "Tell Cholador that I love him." So
No, she didn't.
she honestly did.
I mean, are you
Make
sure
a deception check versus
you
an insight check.
absolutely certain that it is not you who is telling Trallador that you love him?
What do you get for
Maybe.
your deception?
It may be day and night of drinking to get to that point, or possibly several.
These two
16.
don't need to drink for that. I'm sure they can get down to it quite easily.
Okay, what did you get?
16.
16.
I rolled I got 5. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Cool.
12.
12. I mean, difficult as it is to believe, you think Florian's telling the truth? I mean, she's never said anything remotely like that, so it can't be possible. But
I thought
Florian
you
seems
weren't
to believe
going
it.
to bring me up. I
Oh.
specifically told you not.
I didn't bring you up. She just said, as she leaving, it's just, no, I did say we'd probably be leaving in a day or so, but she just said, tell Trollador I love him, so don't shoot the messenger.
I mean, he can't help but talk about you, can he?
Don't really know how to process, so I won't.
That is probably the most Trallador reaction that you could probably have done. Bravo.
I'm sure she'll come and say goodbye before we leave.
I doubt it, but
But, I mean, at least we've found out that there's, unless we find anybody who's a very old magic user, that they can't really make me untrackable.
Celeste is quite old and she's a magic.
But she doesn't know that magic. We've already talked about that, haven't we?
Yet.
What we know now is that there's a very established magic library in Giffield should we need to use it.
this is also very true.
Again, I say Giffield really the last place we should be going right now.
No, I agree. I agree with the plan to go west first, but it never hurts to have a backup plan.
We
Yeah,
may
maybe-
learn more ahead in Salad.
As long as we get close to the water again, I don't really care.
Would Celeste be back in the camp at this point then?
Yeah, I'll say she's just arriving about now.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to seek out Mistress Carfanon for
Okay.
my chat with her.
Before we do that, Yorick,
Okay.
you've been sat patiently, quietly, studying these items. You now know exactly what they are.
Yeah, I think from my point of view, I sat down with these three things to try and identify them. When I come back round, everyone had fucked off. So I'm just gonna.
I was probably still sat there.
Yeah, I
Right,
mean,
okay.
Melissa and Trelador would be the only ones currently. When you came out of your trance of identifying.
Hey, Melissa, do you like to draw?
I mean, I have done before. Why do you ask?
Try this. They'll slide this box of pigments to her.
All right. What does it do?
Have a little go.
Sure.
How many pots were there? Because the thing says 1d4.
There were. Hang on. I will find out exactly how many there were for you. I think there were 3.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, there were 3.
So yeah, there'll be 3 little pots of ink and a quill, whatever it is,
Yeah, a little brush.
brush.
I will kind of think for a moment and try painting a little bird
On what?
on some parchment.
Okay.
Yep.
Very nice inks. Kind of stuff that
Okay.
Must
As you
buy me in
finish
droves.
painting the bird, it flutters and flies off.
I lunge for it.
Okay, make acrobatics or athletics check, whatever you wish.
— 16.
16. You catch it in your claws. You have a fluttering bird that's trying to escape.
This is a good trick. The accent was not that bad.
Susie determines otherwise.
Snow's looking, and he's kind of a little bit jealous right now. Do it again. Do it again.
Sure. I'll draw and paint another bird.
You paint another bird, and as you finish painting it, go on, Snow. Make acrobatics or athletics.
Not bad. 29.
29. So as soon as it like flutters into life on the page, poof, paw goes down and just sort of, and you have a bird in your hand.
That's
You should do that trick tonight. That would be
it's-
very good.
It's
Um,
fluttering and trying to escape your paw like a real bird would. You can feel its tiny heart beating. The pair of you feel tiny hearts beating in your paw.
I'm going to try using mine.
You both. It's a bird. You've eaten a bird. Feathers. Yep. There are feathers everywhere.
oh, they're going to be stuck in my hair for years.
It is decoration. It is fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I look like a bird's nest.
It's great that we can feed the cats. That's wonderful.
But
But
I'm gonna
You can do
Put it
more.
away.
You can do more with it. Just
Wow.
just think about all sorts of things that you can do. You could paint a door on a wall, right? And then you could walk through the door.
That's impressive, actually.
That would have been very helpful recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just a shame that we only
Forgot
got
you
these.
had it.
Oh right, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I'll
if we
save the rest
wanted,
of that. That's good.
I mean, if we were going to sneak back into Redboard at some point, we could always paint the door into Droust's house and go and scare the shit
While
out
he's
of him.
sleeping, and he
Yes,
wakes up with
and then
several knives to him.
well, yes, this is what I was going to say. Everybody gets a knife, and we all stand, and we wake him up, and he's got sort of 8 people around him, all with knives. The dwarves could have a knife to his balls.
Snow,
This is an excellent plan.
Snow, I would very much appreciate it if you stopped listening in on my dreams.
I mean, I've been considering this since we sat in the court with him, and like I've made no secret that we were going to sneak in and possibly, gut him and eviscerate him and hang him on the front of his house so everybody can see.
And in fairness, while you have the greatest score to settle with the man, none of us will argue with that. We all
mean-
just have a little bit of anger towards him now.
No, pretty much anyone who knows him hates him.
I mean,
Yeah.
either that or I can ask Pelodas to create a great big wave and sort of wash Redport away.
If right, we painted an army of sellswords and a big trebuchet.
You really want to lay siege to a city, don't you?
I don't know. I just get a bit siegey when I'm hungover.
I still think the large tidal wave is got to be a good option to
I like it. That could work.
I
I
mean
think it might be worth.
they've got
If we do
walls,
it properly, we can do both plans.
as long as we step him a little bit first.
Not sure there's enough paint in here to paint all of that, but it's an option. That's impressive. I'll put that away. We can use that when we need it. What's it called?
It's called Nolzur's Marvelous Pigments, and you can pick it up in D&D Beyond.
Marvelous pigments.
Yep. So, Martin, if you take that out of your inventory,
We will.
you can put it in yours.
I'll put it in my inventory for now. What else did we find down there then?
I also have this scroll. I'm going to just sort of wind it out. It's a pretty nasty spell.
Right.
It's lots of necrotic damage.
Well, I mean, you or Celeste would be the people to keep hold of that, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't trust myself in magic at the moment, really.
I know, but I might just quickly ask the DM, right?
Yeah.
If with scrolls, can anyone read a scroll? Does it have to be a magic user? It does say it's a sorcerer or a wizard spell, and we have
Yeah.
neither of those.
Well, there are some rules
Yep.
about that. Basically, you kind of have to be... Basically, anybody can read a scroll and try and cast it. But you have to make a saving throw. So, which is... yeah, if the spell is on your class spells... yeah, DC is 10 plus the spell's level. You use your spell casting ability to do it. So yeah, it would have to be a spellcaster. So for example, this scroll is an 8th level scroll.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a very powerful spell.
Oh, no.
So you would have to make a save against your spell casting ability, and you would have to make an 18 or higher.
It's one of those special fingering spells.
Yeah. Quite.
And if you fail the check,
If
does
you
the
fail, well,
fail?
some things may happen.
Stuff.
Well, I could use it, but I got a -1 against mine, so I'll have to make 19.
So yeah, that's kind of up to you. Whatever you want to do.
50-50, whether it would work or not.
Oh no.
So
Yeah,
maybe we save that for an emergency or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Powerful, but we
Risky.
risky. Risk reward.
Especially as we only really have, well, 2 spellcasters here. No offense,
Well-
That's like
Trellador.
you.
I mean, we could
Why
always
would I
give
take
it to
offense?
But anyway,
No, what do you mean?
sorry, I've just seen you getting quite upset whenever we're talking about magic.
Why would talking about something make me angry?
I don't
Maybe
know,
bec-
Trellador.
Maybe because everything we talk about with you makes you angry, Trellador.
Am I getting angry now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I am.
Well, your voice has reached a decibel that's higher than normal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Melissa has backed up a little bit.
Do you know what, Trellador? Maybe you need to relax.
I'm relaxed.
Okay, there's a scroll. What was you found there were 3 things, wasn't there? Yeah, all right.
We found 3 things. Well, Gus and I found 3 things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the last one, it's mine. It's mine. Look at
Fair
it.
enough.
Beautiful. I can't believe, like, just holding up this piece of chainmail armor. Can you see how neatly all those links, and just fully geeking out about how beautiful this piece of armor
I mean,
is.
it does look dwarven made as well, so you're really quite impressed.
That is mad impressive.
I know. I don't think I could do. I could have done any better, which is, seeing something.
Not sure I believe that, but
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna slot it straight on. Oh, it fits a treat. shimmy it down as the links will sort of fall into place.
Yeah.
So-
We're closing everything, yeah?
For the uninitiated, that is a +3 chainmail.
Whoa.
I mean,
woof.
that was a hefty treasure chest you found.
It
really
was.
And then
So-
you
whatever-
proceeded to ignore it for ages. I'm like, fair enough.
To be fair, we found it and then was in mortal peril, and lots of shit happened, and it just kind of got
That's true. That is true. To be
left
fair.
behind.
Yeah, the fleeing from the impending doom of Fion's rash is kind of compelling.
Doom.
So I'm just going to be sort of strutting around in this with exaggerated movements, like a child wearing new shoes.
Excellent. You'll see how fast you can run in it. That's cool.
Yeah.
How high you can jump.
Yeah.
Not very.
You can even get Gus to fire an arrow at you if you wish.
Oh no, I'm brewing.
Oh, you're
I'm
brewing. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
I'm making beer.
the very last thing is Miette talking to Madame Carfanon, I believe. So again,
It's not a private conversation, so if anyone wants
Okay.
to join me, they could.
you walk to her caravan, and one of the pretty boys. You're not sure of this guy's name, but he's good afternoon, Madame Miette.
Good afternoon. I wish to speak to Madame Carfanon should she be receiving visitors.
But of course, you are always welcome here. We have been told that the glorious Madame Miette must be given admittance at all times.
Thank you.
Please. And you can see Madame Carfanon sort of looking at. She looks across at you. Him. I'm just going to grab his name. Sorry. Yes. Bertak, leave Miette alone. She does not need your idiotic attention today. I apologize, Madam Miet. Please enter and welcome. My caravan is yours.
Thank you, madame.
To what do I owe you the pleasure today?
I'm going to take my necklace from underneath my shirt, so it's hanging on
Yeah.
display, and wait until she notices the ring.
She looks. What is that?
It was a gift from the Madame of Madames.
You see her eyes go wide.
And given that she has trusted me with such a thing, I was hoping that you could provide some answers to me.
I will try my very best, Madame Miet, to give you any answers you desire. Please ask your questions.
I need to know of our people's magic.
Well, where to start? At the beginning, I suppose. We, Tabaxi, before we came here, had magic. When it was discovered how to travel the plains, we built a massive library to store the knowledge, or so the stories go. Shallow told everyone that the Tabaxi were magic. She wandered the plains collecting keys to doors, opening doors, as was her way. She found her way here and opened the door to let other Tabaxi through. We at first had magics like the other races have magics, the elves, the dwarves, all of them. But a deal was struck. In return for the assistance of Pelodas and I can't remember her name, sorry, Remora, we agreed to give up the magics. Apart from certain protections that you have, and she spies your necklace that you had made, that you have obviously picked up on. The entrance to the secret camps are protected. It is a small illusion, but it is very powerful. It discourages people from looking. It discourages entities from interfering. It is a weakened form of the magic of the Midwoods. So, there you have the history of the magics.
And the magic now is lost to us completely.
The magic is nearly lost completely. As you may have seen, Madame Filion has a talent for healing, not seen for many years. I have not seen another with such a talent. But as she uses it, it takes her life force. It is not without a price.
I have seen this.
Indeed. I fear Madame Filion may have overdone it somewhat. She is my best friend, and she is, I don't think, very long for this world. But she did what she did because she chose that path. She deemed it was important enough to risk her life. Your friend is very important. This is why she did this.
I understand.
That does not make it any easier for me, of course. My friend is Perhaps not long for the world. But I try to distract myself. Her eyes go flitting around the camp. So. Anyway, this is the story of the magics. What little we have left is the protection that you wear around your neck. As for that ring, I don't know where that came from. But if my old eyes do not deceive me, it looks very similar.
Very. Thank you for your help, madame.
As always, Miette, I try to help as much as I can. Sometimes I am not allowed to give answers. This time, however, the Madame of Madames has clearly chosen to recognize that you are important. So, as one Madame to another, I wish you the very best of luck. And anything the clan can do, we will do.
Thank you.
What is left of us, anyway. I hear some are still in the north.
Then there is still hope.
I try to get messages to them to come here. This is where we will stay until we are forced to leave.
The caravans will not move on from here.
Not from here. It is too dangerous.
It will be a sad world without the plays.
It is too dangerous for us on the road as separate caravans. And moving in a mass of caravans, the general populace already dislikes us. To see us moving as one, they surely will take this as an act of war and send soldiers and people to kill us. So no, we will not be moving on until it is once again safe to do so. This will happen, or not, but the Tabaxi wandering gusts will be safe.
It warms my heart to know that.
Mine too. I suggest, and this, forgive the ramblings of an old woman, I suggest you use the tools at your disposal to travel the plains, to find a way of defeating Vienna. Rescue this young woman. Bring her here if you need to for safety. Once you have both her and her brother, as the Madame said, we can control what happens next.
We will find her.
I know you will. I have the utmost faith in you, Mayat. Even from a very young kid, you were always tenacious. Sometimes too tenacious, but you know, that is the way of things.
Yes, I believe my uncles would call me that for the words they could not use in my mother's presence.
Your uncles were very clever boys. Well, some of them. Not all of them, some of them. Some of them are very pretty. She winks at you.
TMI.
Yeah, it's like certain things you don't want to know about family.
So, remember, use the tools you have. Travel the plains, find the girl, bring her here for safety. And that's where we'll end it tonight. Because we've gone on a little bit longer than we normally do. So I apologise for anybody who was trying to get to bed early. Sorry about that. So, thank you all very much for playing. That again was a wonderful evening's entertainment. I certainly enjoyed myself a lot. I hope you guys did too. So, whilst we will do a quick sort of 5 minutes round the room questions answers type of thing, does anyone want to go first, or shall I just pick at random?
Or fun picking at random.
I have a D8. We'll go that way. Florian.
Did nothing better than having existential dread, knowing that basically you and your sister were potentially the key to not unleashing a demon into this world, and then out of character finding out that I'm very important and pretty much just killed Madame Filion as well by healing me. But
Hey, that was her choice, so
no, definitely. But no, just a lot of knowledge and lore this session. So
yeah, sorry, 2 sessions in a row without actually hitting things.
No,
as hard as
no,
I
it's
do
absolutely
apologise.
fine. It's yeah. So not really any more questions what I can ask, because they're going to be asked in game of the knowledge we need and what we need.
Fair enough. Yet.
I have just shared a GIF in the general channel that I feel sums up my feelings of this session.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool for our audience at home. I will.
So for everyone's at home, it's the sensation of wanting to scream into a pillow.
I'll do a quick share. There you go. I'll play, you bugger. It's not going to play for it now, is it?
I think that screen cap is accurate still.
Yeah, that'll do. You get the idea.
Yeah, because it's like between the lore drop that everyone heard about and the extra bit I got to find out that everyone hasn't heard about yet, and just like, oh gosh, I am so screwed.
Arc stress.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah, she's just waiting for the right time to drop that bit on you. Or not.
Yeah. See, I had a brief moment of earlier of, oh yes, I will tell them all this because we're in this protected woods. So it won't matter if I mention that name because we are protected. And then I remembered who provided the protection. It's like, crap. I have nowhere safe in the entire world.
Like, oh shit.
Yep.
Oh shit.
So, yes.
Awesome.
Yay! Sorry, don't get me wrong. Me, the player, I'm enjoying this very much. Mia, it was kind of like... Mia was never meant for this kind of pressure.
Just an endless stream of profanity in Miet's head.
Pretty much.
So, Melissa.
Yeah, you ever have that feeling that someone's just holding a loaded gun to your head? Because that's what it feels like playing Melissa at the moment. I am sitting here waiting for Vienna to turn the tap on and ruin me. I'm terrified. Oh god.
Yes, Melissa's going to get no lubed.
This is working well. Good. Excellent.
Beyond that, no further questions. I'm scared.
No further questions at this time. Fine. Gus.
Yeah.
Sorry, say again.
Beer.
No, fine, fair, yes, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just busy creating beer. I presume in my brewer's supplies I would have some sort of maybe herbs or spices that we use in dwarven beer creation. So I'll be using that to make a nice strong dwarven ale.
Yep.
And I'm coming up with ideas for fermenting it into... I don't know how we're going to do ice fermentation, but I'm sure we can find one of the users that could freeze it.
Work it out.
Absolutely. You do know somebody who's used cold magic before.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, that could be a useful thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
If all else goes to heck, we just retire in the city somewhere and set up a brewery or distillery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Snow, got anything for us?
So, let's revisit the tidal wave option, shall we?
Can you make it
Because-
for the entire world?
Because my god's a little bit nuts. So if I suggest to him it would be hilarious to tidal wave a city, I've got a feeling that city's getting tidal waved.
Do it.
Well, you never can tell.
I mean, we could always test it on Dar.
No, I think we should find out what city Celeste X is in and target that one.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that because that's clone water.
Mm.
Okay, we lure him to Dar and then we do Dar.
But Snow would give like an omen and a warning to the Tabaxi, so the Tabaxi will fuck off, and then just tidal wave the city.
Could we get Celeste's X and
Ground.
and Melissa's X in the same city?
I mean, we could all go. You could get them to Redport, and then we could just wipe
Yep.
Redport out.
To be fair, I think they'd be the best of friends.
Yeah, it's
Which is actually
not a
concept, like-
meeting you want to have happen.
It's
Homicidal
a parent trap situation. We send them letters pretending to be from their respective women in their lives to lure them to Redport.
But yes, no real questions. More just
Can I do
mulling,
this, please? Yeah, okay, cool.
just mulling, sort of like, mass destruction.
We
Yeah.
could send Celeste's ex a letter saying it's from Melissa's ex, saying that I've got this woman in custody. Come and pick her up.
Redport.
Pussy.
Awesome. Trelador.
No great point, although I don't know if Florian meant to leave it out or whether it was intentional about saying, not mentioning to Trelador that Lindsay was potentially going to join us for a bit, because Trelador would hit the roof.
No, I just didn't say it because like what she was basically proposing to do was never going to happen. Like the amount of gold and what she wanted, and I knew that like Giffield would be like a no for us traveling there. It was basically just leaving her pondering and being graciously in awe of somebody going, "Oh, you've got really good magic. Thank you for your help," and everything like that. Knowing that if I'd have said anything different, she'd have been exactly like Trelador and gone basically fuck off.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But she does love you.
I liked that. That was good.
Yeah, that was
No,
really
Florian, you love him.
Yorick.
No, I mean, I suppose it's not really paid that much attention to the law stuff because it's all new to him.
Yeah.
From coming from the mountains, everything's been a slap in the face of reality. So this is just another step of that. So not really that big for him.
Fair enough.
Definitely happy with that armor though.
I thought you might be.
You may be getting a question from Florian soon about making his quarterstaff a little bit better. I think I'm the only one without a magical item so far now.
Celeste.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't technically have a magical. Oh yeah, I do.
You do. Celeste, any questions for us?
Celeste is just sort of pondering her
Orb?
existence right now,
Fair enough.
and starting to get a bit more worried about what might have happened in the time that's passed to her family and what everybody believes, and if that's actually changed anything, and whether or not Locke actually believes that she's dead.
It's going to be an interesting one.
Just a thought, Florian. You do actually have a sort of magical weapon. You've got your stone fist, don't you?
Yeah.
That gives you increased damage.
Yeah, I mean technically both of my fists, because of the level, are classed as magical, but it doesn't give a bonus as such to any. I have no
thought it
rings. I have no.
increased damage.
obviously being a monk, I get the armor part of it because it's not like I can wear chainmail armor and still be as acrobatic and athletic as I am.
You're not the only one who doesn't have a magical item, by the way.
Maybe we'll find another chest with a couple of rings in or something.
That's why you've got dwarves with you, because we're the ones who find all the magic stuff.
Exactly. See, would we have found that good gear that I've just finally handed out without us? Because you lot would have just like ran away.
Well, dwarves are very good at finding magic items. There's just a bit of a delay on when you receive them.
It's an economics thing. Anyway, we probably need to wrap this up because it's getting quite late. So once again, thank you all very much for playing. You are all very, very good at this game. I love DMing for you guys. It's really good fun. We will return next week. I think everybody will be back in place after the damage barbecue, which is happening this weekend. So we will back on Tuesday with our next session. I don't believe there's any role-playing gamer sessions this weekend because I think it's still off. I'm not sure when they're back.
So.
Barbecuing.
Yeah. So, go check out our other streamers that are linked in our channel. Give them some love. Show them some love over the weekend because we'll be mainly drunk, to be fair. And eating barbecue and stuff like that. So, once again, thank you very much for watching. We think you're great. We'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.